Hey y'all, hope I was well. Yep, you guessed it. Dinner in a van. Tonight, I'm going simple. Well, if I don't dump it all over the counter, I'm going with ramen noodles tonight. Yep, beef ramen noodles. And I will be cooking them. Oh, the flavor from last night's chicken. Sorry I didn't upload a video about that. I had all kinds of bloopers and blunders that just did not need to be aired. But I had sweet chili lime skewered chicken. And I put butter, fresh crushed garlic, minced onions in the pan, and then I slid the chicken off the skewers into the pan like that and cooked it in all that butter and garlic and such and onions and such and put that over some roasted chicken flavored rice. It was pretty good. Once again, my apologies I didn't get the video put up. I screwed it all up. But anyway, tonight I'm just gonna throw some ramen noodles in some water in that pan with all that flavor and just let it soak all that up. I thought about just making some hot dogs, but I forgot to go to the store today, which means there's no bread in here. So I've got burgers and I've got chicken. The chicken I've got is frozen solid, so it'd be tomorrow if I could do anything with it. So I'm just going simple tonight. Ramen noodles cooked in last night's grease. Yep. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. Check this out. I always crush the ramen noodles before I dump them out of the pack. And I don't put it in a pot full of water either. I put enough water in there to where these noodles will soak up, get soft, and cook. Because when I mix the seasoning in there with it, I don't want all the seasoning to stay in the water when you get the noodles out. But I probably don't even need to use any seasoning because the freaking minced onion and the fresh garlic I cooked with last night, that's what was in the pan. I'm going to add just a touch more water. Well, not too much. But just because of the seasonings I use in this pan, it already smells amazing in here. And it's just ramen noodles. But I tell you what, these gonna be the best daggum ramen noodles I've had in a long daggum time. And I done turned it down a little bit. I'll tell you what, I let those get set up right. Then turn the burner off. And sprinkle shredded cheese all over the top of that. And let it set for a second. But I tell you what, that's some good eating right there. I once made a double stacked casserole of ramen noodles and cheese and bacon bits and all kinds of good stuff. I was living in an RV in a campground and I had a buttload of ramen noodles. Of course, I keep a case of it in here, but anyway, I always have it on hand. So one night I did. I pulled out a bunch of packs of ramen noodles and microwaved some water, put it in there, put it back in the microwave, and next thing you know, I did that twice, and I made a double layer casserole of ramen noodles, melted shredded cheese, ramen noodles, melted shredded cheese, but there was bacon bits all in it, both layers. And I picked out that night. That was 4 packs of ramen noodles, so of course I didn't eat it all. But the next day, oh my lord, the sandwich I made with that, oh damn. Anyway, I'm gonna tend to this and I'll be right back. And after stirring that up for a minute, I done went in and cut it off. It's still sizzling. But it slides around in that pan and it's gonna be pretty good here in a minute. I'm gonna take a bite before I put any of this in there. If I don't put that in this one, I've used it in other things before. There was a time where I had 3 or 4 of them packs in the cabinet because I had used the ramen noodles as the base for some kind of, probably, I think it may have been shrimp I put over it. But anyway, yeah, I had shrimp, but it was on ramen noodles. It was pretty good though. But, you know, these seasonings can come in handy. I mean, if you like the beef seasoning like I do, I mean, putting that on any kind of chicken you put in a pan, I know that sounds off, but the flavors, I mean, I like the flavor. I use it in other things. I can't think off the top of my head exactly what I used it on. Probably because a few of these cold beverages, but you know, hey, I enjoy them. Anyway, when I cook, it's like I get an idea and I just, hey, let's toss this in there. Hey, let's try that. I mean, it usually turns out pretty good. This, however, just ramen noodles. Uh-oh. Yeah, that did. We're gonna pull that off the heat. Yep, that's dinner tonight. Give me a second. There it is. I did end up putting one pack in there of the seasoning, but it's pretty darn good. Quick question. Any of y'all remember the other night when I sprinkled the pineapple juice on, was it the burgers? Anyway, it actually did stand out with the barbecue sauce. I mean, it accentuated it perfectly, and you could tell it. You could taste it, and you could smell it in here. So it actually worked out pretty well. I'm gonna have to do that again. Anyway, this, well, you know, I usually say this looks amazing. It's ramen noodles, but it's cooked in some really good flavors. So I'm gonna dig in. I hope all is well, and until next time, happy trails.